Vitality is our ability to have spiritual, emotional, mental, and physical bliss. Some call it paradise. We call it a game.
Hey, all my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel, where we embrace our femininity, increase our womanly value, and celebrate our brothers. So join me on our feminine journey to learn, heal, and grow. Hey there, my Crimsonites, and welcome to the Crimson Cure channel. I'm your host, femininity coach, and author of the Crimson Cure, and this is my perspective. So we got another case study. This time it is Tracee Ellis Ross, who opened up about the wall, her wall, the exploits at the wall, what awaits you at the wall. And I've got an article that I can go ahead and read. So what we're going to do is we're going to share screen. We're going to take a look at the article, and we are going to go ahead and read this article real quick. Okay. Right. Tracee Ellis Ross has opened up about being single and childless at 50, saying she has to re-examine what womanhood means now that she's going through perimenopause. See, it ain't just the perimenopause. It ain't just the perimenopause. Just perimenopause or going into menopause doesn't necessarily make you re-examine what womanhood means. Excuse me, all of them crazy choices up until this point at you being half a century old is what make you re-examine it, because now you're realizing, I probably did the wrong thing. Anyway, the actress, who is the daughter of singing legend Diana Ross, discussed the changes to her body during her appearance on Glennon Doyle's We Can Do Hard Things podcast, which she co-hosts with her wife, former soccer star Abby Wambach, and sister Amanda Doyle. They talking about the host has a wife, quote unquote. I have for my entire life been tethered to a very routine cycle, and I'm very connected to my body, so I would know I'm ovulating. I would have all the feelings of knowing that, said Ross, who celebrated her milestone birthday on October 29th. And all of that is out the window. I turned 50, and here I am in this open space now, sort of allowing the bubbling up of whatever might be there, because she doesn't know now what to make of herself. We're going to get into it. Okay. Perimenopause is the lead up to the body's transition to menopause, which is characterized by 12 months without a period. It often begins at ages of 45 and 55, though can happen much earlier. Some people may not have any notable symptoms, while others experience changes in their cycles, hot flashes, trouble sleeping, moodiness, irritability, depression, according to National Institute of Health. The Blackish Star read an excerpt from her journal in which she questioned what it meant to be fertile and to come to the end of her reproductive years. See, this is a big deal for women, especially women who not only didn't have children, but made a conscious decision not to. See, there's a difference between not being able to and then making conscious decisions not to. Anyways, I can feel my body's ability to make a child draining out of me. Sometimes I find it hilarious, as if there's a fire sale going on in my uterus and someone's in there screaming, all things must go. And she's trying to make light of it, but it's not funny. As my body becomes a foreign place to me that doesn't really feel safe or like home, I don't know how to manage or control or fight the external binary narrative of the patriarchy. See, she's blending what's happening biologically to something cultural. The external binary narrative of the patriarchy that has hunted me and haunted me most of my adult life. Is it my fertility that is leaving me? Is it my womanhood? Yes. Or is it really neither? And this is where the cognitive dissonance come in at. But I have to fight to hold my truth, because I have been programmed so successfully by the water we all swim in, by the water we all are served. And I feel fertile with creativity. See, now you got to make a narrative about it that doesn't have anything to do with your biological fertility, right? So I feel fertile with creativity, full of power, more and more a woman than I've ever been. Now, she just got through saying she had to re-examine her womanhood and it was slipping away. You see what I'm saying? See how they fool themselves back into the matrix? And yet that power that I was told I must use was not used. I mean, just trying to figure out what that means, because my ability to have a child is leaving me, but I don't agree that that's what fertile means. See, they have to redefine stuff. I don't agree that that's what woman means. Yes, it is. Ross shared her gratitude for how the Tea Party community has opened her eyes to how being a woman doesn't have to be synonymous with having children. See how they gotta go. You see what I'm saying? The freedom that the expansion around gender has offered me to not feel bad about my decisions, and the knowledge that is being shared with us by the Tea Party community is like, oh my God, thank you. Thank you for finally unpacking something that I had no ability to unpack because of what was handed to me in a culture that thought of it in such a limited way. But it is an unbelievable injustice that is laid on all of us as human beings, that there is one pathway that it is informed by this random construct that somebody came up with around gender. When I pull back from it, I'm like, that's a joke. Who did that? You know what? I'm just like, who did that? That's so silly. It's not silly. Ross, who dotes on her nieces and nephews, noted that she is in tune her motherly side, even though she doesn't have children. I say this to people all the time. I'm a wonderful mother. I'm very mothering, and it's been hard for me to claim that in a world where I don't have the theme that says, she said, trailing off. She later shared how she feels grateful she is able to look at being childless with curiosity instead of heartbreak. The heartbreak does come up, and I get to hold that gently and lovingly and then say, remind myself I woke up every morning of my life and I've tried to do my best, so I must be where I'm supposed to be. You got that right. Ross also had to change how she viewed being single, saying it was giving her the freedom to create the life and family of her choosing. I've been single for a very long time. I've had many wonderful ins and outs of things, but no one stuck to the pan. She explained, as a result, I get to curate my family, my chosen family around me. And I don't think I realized the gift of that until I've started to get older. However, the pattern founder admitted she is afraid of being a burden on her friends because she's single and childless, and insecurity that has been put upon her by society. We go back to this model that you're sold, and not only are we sold it, but we are fed it, and we have to drink it, and it's everywhere. And if you're not careful, you actually think it's true. And it's the only bit of news for you, which is why my job as a woman is to learn to be choosable. Having nothing to do with who I am, what makes my heart sing, floats my boat, makes me feel safe, makes me feel comfortable, makes me feel good, makes me feel powerful, makes me feel smart, any of those things. But really, it's more about how I might be seen, so that I might be chosen, so that my life could mean something as a chosen woman, and who then gets to have a child and then be a mother and do that for a child. Word salad and cap. Everything starts to fall into that messaging. And then if you're a Black woman, there's like a whole other blah, blah, blah. There's so many different versions of that, but that's like that overarching thing as a woman. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing. All of that was word salad and cap. What she's really saying is, I failed as a woman. So now I'm trying to get around that failure and reconcile myself with that failure, with the understanding that I have failed. See, she's trying to make peace with not being a successful woman as a woman. She's not successful as a woman. She's successful as an actress. She's successful in her profession. She's successful with wealth. She's able to have leisure. But what about her family value? What about her spiritual value? What about her health value? What about them things? She says, put them off. Because you see what I'm saying? She's got to try to make peace with not having children, with not having a husband, without having a nuclear family. She has done and accomplished everything that Black women were told through feminism that makes them valuable, that makes them worthy, that's supposed to fulfill them as women and fulfill them in life, her career, her money, her beauty, because she's aged well. She's aged well. She's not no bad looking woman for 50. I've seen much worse 50-year-olds, much worse. She can still rock a bikini, and that's saying a lot. Okay? So she aged rather well. You understand what I'm saying? She never got tied down with kids and a husband and all of that type of stuff. Nothing ever held her back. She could do as she pleased. She could go where she wanted to go. And she didn't have to do no whole lot of checking in and making sure that whatever she did with her kids, her kids was okay with it, or whatever she did, her husband was okay with it, or none of that type of stuff. She didn't have nothing to hold her back from nothing that she wanted to do. She didn't have nothing overburdening her, maybe other than professionally, maybe having to check in with this one and that one, right? In her personal life, she didn't have to do that. So she should be happy. She should be one of the happiest women on the planet. If she had contentment and if she had fulfillment, there would be nothing for her to make peace with. For all of you saying, oh, well, she is happy, she's just talking about how, no. If there was real peace and happiness and eudaimonia and fulfillment in the choices that she made, she wouldn't have had to come clean about how she feeling, about how to reconcile, about having hit the wall and not fulfilled her biological purpose as a woman. See, it wouldn't be nothing to make peace about. Wouldn't be nothing to talk about. Talk about what? I'm happy. I did what I was supposed to do. I drunk the Kool-Aid of feminism already. See, if those things don't or should not matter to women, or children and family and husbands and being a wife should not or could not or don't describe or inform the value of a woman or define her value as a woman, she wouldn't be bothered to discuss it in the first place. But her feminine essence is drained away without ever having made proper use of it. She never made use of that womanhood, that femininity that she had. And she said it. She said that. I had a power that I was told what I was supposed to use and I didn't use it. Now she got to try to make peace with the decisions that she made all in her adult life to get her to this point where she got to get on some obscure podcast to talk about how she got to make peace with it and how she got to thank the tea parties for reinforming her about what her womanhood is and detaching and redefining it so that she don't gotta feel bad about failing biologically as a woman. See what I'm saying? When women get older, she's trying to escape a biological truth that you can't escape. When women get older, we look for covering and security from men. Our friends can't give it to us. Our associates can't give it to us. Our career can't give it to us. The money can't give it to us. The nightlife don't give it to us. The girl trips don't give it to us. Not the dogs, the pets, the cats, nothing gives it except men. Men that choose you. She talked about not being chosen, and you got to be chosen. Yes, you do. That define your value as a woman. That's what she wrestling with. I never got chosen, so what worth am I? Not much. And I know that's a hard pill for a lot of women to swallow, but that's what it is. That's what it is. No man found enough value. And even if he did come and found that value, you made all kinds of decisions to get away from that because you didn't want to be tied down with it. And now you're old. When you could, you wouldn't. Now you want to and you can't. That's the lesson. When you could be a wife, when you could have been a mother, when you could have been chosen, when there was opportunity for that, for you to fulfill your use as a woman, your purpose as a woman, when you could, you wouldn't. Now you're old and don't nobody want you. Now you can't. Now you want to and you can't. You can't. Feminism got Black women to deny the simple yet powerful biological facts of their own purpose, that your purpose is men. The woman's purpose is men. It's men. After serving God, your purpose is men. That is why we were created. We were created first to worship the Creator, and secondly, to serve men. We're the helpmeet to them. We're the helpmeet to them. And because Black women have supped up the Kool-Aid to deny the biological fact, this is where that bitterness and that anger and the feeling of loss and that loneliness and feeling like you failed in life as a woman, that's where that comes from. This is how remaining in your masculine energy failed you, Black woman. It failed you. And they made you show disdain and ridicule for femininity and ridicule the need for the masculinity and the energy of men, what men do and who they are. We do need them, but they made that your mantra that you don't. Right? How many of you going to keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe? After women like Tracee Ellis Ross get to the end of that road and tell you ain't nothing over here. They went across the rainbow. There is no pot of gold. There's not. There's nothing. There's emptiness here that I got to try to make peace with. That's what's over here. Bitterness. That's what's over here. The draining of the essence of my womanhood and realizing that I wasted it and now I can't go back. That's what's over there. Anyway, before we sign off, please go ahead down into the description box and hit the link for crimsoncure.com, because only through that website are you going to be able to get your copy of Reclaiming the Black Feminine, The Lies of Feminism, and the Road to Recovery, which is we're going to start shipping on the 28th, which is Saturday. Okay, that's when I get the books, and we're going to start fulfilling orders as soon as possible. Okay. So thank you so much for purchasing your copies and supporting this work. Also, jump down in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Like, share, subscribe to the channel if you have not. Once again, I'm your host, The Crimson Cure, and this was my perspective. Bye-bye, Crimsonites.
Hey guys, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. And if you've got more to say on the topic, leave a comment down below. Also, don't forget to support our sponsor, who so graciously supports this channel by clicking the description box and the link for A-Game at agameherbal.com. You can go ahead and get a 10% discount off of your next purchase using the code Kendra10. This has been yet another Crimson Cure production, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.